Photographers, if you want to learn how to rank your website on Google in 2025 amidst AI, social media changes, and trends, then listen up. This is the first of a series teaching you the steps that you need to take to rank your website on Google to start reaching your dream photography clients online. Welcome to Coffee and SEO, where we sit down for a coffee hour together and simplify SEO, making it super approachable for your business. I'm Taylor, your host and the founder of Aligned SEO. And at Aligned SEO, we specialize in helping photographers, creatives, and service providers get visible online and reach their dream clients through holistic SEO strategies. Whether you're looking to increase your Google rankings, attract more dream clients, or just make sense of SEO, I will be your SEO guide and bestie. So let's simplify SEO, align it with your goals, and get your website working just as hard as you do so you can get back to doing what you love. If we're being completely honest, ranking your photography website on Google in 2025 is more competitive than ever. Back a long time ago, you could just put a couple keywords on your website and you're golden, you're reaching people. But nowadays, especially with AI and social media changing the game and Google's helpful content updates that are coming out pretty frequently now, things look a little bit different in 2025. So it's clear that the SEO game has changed. So in this series, I'm going over 2025 SEO trends and also photography SEO steps that you need to take if you want your website to reach visitors that are not only your ideal clients, but are ready to hire clients. So let's start with today, the impact of AI on photography websites. So AI is changing and reshaping the way that search engine algorithms work. I mean, as you can see, when you type something into Google, oftentimes you'll be presented with AI's most helpful resources. It's pulling these resources to the top and giving you the answer that you need without even having to click a single link. So it's definitely changing the way we search online and changing the way that search algorithms do work, which means that there's more sophisticated content analysis that it's doing and personalized search results to the searcher, whoever typed a keyword or search term into the search bar. So search engines now prioritize content that demonstrates this EEAT ranking factor, which I mention a lot in this podcast. And it stands for experience, expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. I think especially for photographers right now, this means showing that you're authentic and trustworthy because AI is, it's really interesting and it can be really helpful. Google even says itself that it really doesn't mind AI as part of our content creation process. The biggest difference between an article written by AI that's going to rank versus an article that is written by AI that's going to flop is that people are now using AI to just mass generate these pieces of content. And when we do that, when humans do that, the quality and trustworthiness and authority shown in that article plummets way down. So if you're using AI for blog writing or content creation, you're not necessarily in the wrong. It's just that when you utilize AI, it's taking from all these different sources online, but it's not necessarily taking from your heart or your personality or your experiences, which are really big pieces of how we as service providers and business owners can actually stand out. So, even if your article is filled with really great SEO practices and somehow does get ranked on Google, chances are people might not find it as fascinating as if you wrote the article yourself. So I guess to kind of bridge the gap here, what I would suggest as a photographer is to utilize both, AI if you need to, and also your own brain. So what that would look like is maybe generating a content brief using AI. That's how I use AI for my blog articles, and it's so helpful. Create a content brief with ChatGPT or Claude AI, and then from there, you go in and you write the article from your perspective. Again, that's what is really going to stand out amongst the crowd and sea of other photographers out there. Your personality, your work, your experience, your trustworthiness is why somebody books you. So draw from your experience and write from your perspective, and you're going to be so much further ahead than somebody who just generates these articles using AI and doesn't change a thing on the article. So for photographers, again, that means showcasing your experience and expertise. You can use high quality images, copy that stands out, client testimonials throughout your whole website and all the different pages. This is really what's going to help you stand apart from other humans, but also AI. AI overviews that summarize content from multiple different sources. That's what I'm talking about, that presentation at the top of the search where you can see all the different resources without having to click over to the website. They are becoming increasingly prevalent. But what I also want to mention is that all the people screaming SEO is dead, SEO is dead, this can end up feeling really misleading to local photographers and service providers like you who want to be able to show up online. The good news is AI has yet to be able to replace a physical, real human photographer. And so what that means is that even though it might be showing answers to questions like, how do I know if a photographer is a good fit for me? Or what questions to ask a photographer during a consultation with them? They're never going to be able to take away the search traffic that is related to terms like Washington elopement photographer or Yosemite wedding photographer. Like, people are searching for a service provider, not necessarily an answer. So for those keywords and for local SEO, we are still going strong. And even for those global terms, it is beneficial to be able to get in Google's good graces so that you can show up as one of those AI answers and people might click over to your site. In fact, that does show a lot of authority. So I think it's not about AI replacing, but how we can then adapt and utilize AI to the best of our abilities and within Google's best practices and harness it for our benefit. So that is a wrap up on today's episode about the impact of AI on photography websites. I hope it gives you some hope that AI is not replacing or taking away SEO. SEO is just as important as ever, and there's so many different strategies that I'll get to in another episode that you can focus on in 2025 that are really going to make a world of a difference. So thank you so much for listening to this short episode here. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next episode.